Let's tackle the expanding situational curiosity pattern. I'm going to first read the heart, the little description, and then talk about it a bit. So the heart of expanding situational curiosity says every circumstance has many dimensions, and there's always more involved than we realize at any given time. So avoid jumping to thought-terminating, possibility-constricting conclusions. Ask, what are we missing? What else should we be considering? Who else should be part of the conversation? What could this situation also be? What is possible now? Yeah, so I have a sort of tongue-in-cheek joke that I tell people that I know the ultimate wisdom in the universe, the ultimate truth. It's something that is true in all circumstances, and it's the most important thing to know in every circumstance. Do you want to know what that is? There's more to it than that. So that's the most important thing to know in every circumstance. Every circumstance has that dimension, and that's the truth that is underlying this pattern. So this is essential for wisdom. When you want to take into account what needs to be taken into account, you can't oversimplify. You can't jump to conclusions. You have to stay open, and ideally, always, whenever there's a hint that there's something you should pay attention to, take the hint. Go for it. Look for it. And of course, we're constrained by time and situations. All kinds of things constrain us. But to recognize that there's that moreness out there to be seen, reflected on, acted on, engaged with. And whatever we find ourselves not having resources, not having the energy, not having the opportunity, not having the time to actually continue to expand our understanding, to acknowledge that that's a limit, that it's not that we've finally understood it. We want to, if we can, stay open to whatever. And that's, if we make a decision, we know it's premature, we know there's things we haven't taken into account, stay open to what reality is going to tell us about what we missed, because reality has a habit of telling us what we didn't take into account. So let's be open to getting that feedback. And I have over my desk a little sign that I came up with for my relationships, because I can, particularly when things get difficult, when there's a conflict kind of energy, there's a tendency to dismiss the other person and say, I know where they're coming from, and that's stupid. They're just not understanding. But what is it like to have curiosity and respect? To start from a place of, this person is a legitimate being. Their frame of reference is probably legitimate in some way. It's their, we believe it. What is it? What will I do to find out? Have the curiosity to ask, what's going on for you? Getting this right. That's part of the, what am I missing? Is there something I'm not understanding about what's going on for you? This whole practices like nonviolent communication and dynamic facilitation that are based on that kind of reflective listening. And it's not just reflecting to get them out of the way and wrap it up. It's reflecting because you're trying to figure out what's really going on here. And there's lots of possibility included in here. What is possible now? What could this situation also be? It's like whatever's going on has its limits, but it also has opportunities built into it. So what could we do with this? So this is an openness, the little symbol for that goes for this category, little yellow yellow square with the arrows coming out of it. We're stretching and expanding all the time. And that helps us be wise and gather resources that we need to actually have positive impact in the world.